Guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am your gracious host, Sunday Okigwe, and welcome back to the Forex Feast channel. And with this channel, what we're trying to do is empower the average Joe trader, the retail trader, and provide them with the knowledge and the skills necessary to literally go into this Forex market and feast in profits. Okay, so today's topic is going to be, so when do we know how to enter a buy or a sell in the forex market? Um, to even put it simpler, how do we know when to jump into a trade? Simply put, okay, how do we know how to jump into a trade? Okay, so now I don't know if you can see the screen, but those of you all that have been following me, you know that I am currently in a 3,000 to 100K challenge. I'm trying to grow $3,000 to 100K. I haven't put a time limit on it. I don't know when it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen because I am going to follow my trading plan judiciously. Okay, now because I'm going to be following my trading plan in a strict, disciplined way, it allowed me an opportunity to show you all why I am not yet in a trade, even though price is around the area where I said price was going to go. Okay, and now we are in trading view. Okay, we are in trading view, and as you can see, the price has gone up to the resistance area, which is one of the criteria I said I wanted to see. I wanted to see price go up to the resistance area, okay? And I wanted it to play around there, which is what it seems to be doing, okay? What price is doing right now, okay, does not qualify entering the trade. Let me repeat that. The way price looks right now does not qualify entering the trade. Okay, so the question that you will have for me is, well, Sunday, if I can't enter the trade right now, when price has clearly broken resistance and closed above resistance, then what are you talking about? When can I enter a trade? Well, I'm glad you asked the question. Okay, because take a look at what happened. And also, if you go back to previous videos, I want you to pay attention to what I said. Okay, what I said was that price has to break and close above resistance and continue on in the subsequent candles before I can get into the trade. Okay, so when you guys are listening to what I'm saying, you want to make sure that you are capturing the whole statement, not just parts and pieces of it. Okay, you capture the whole statement. What I said was, price has to break above and close above resistance. That's the first thing. Okay, secondly, the subsequent candles that come after have to follow in that momentum and keep going up. Now, what do I mean? That means that the candles keep going up and keep closing above. What do you guys see here? All right, this looks to me like the price is getting ready to fall back into the range. If I had to bet money on this, I would say, hey, in the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, all right, before the New York session closes, this price is likely going to be somewhere in the middle, back into this range. Okay, now why do I say this? Okay, I say this because even though price spiked up above the resistance level, okay, it came back in and closed inside of the resistance zone. So that's not a good confirmation that we need to jump into a buy. But I can guarantee you that there were a lot of retail traders, once they saw this price spike above the resistance level and it looked like it closed a little bit above the line, they jumped in. They jumped in on a buy. The next candle opened up and closed further down. So now, their armpits began to sweat. Then the next candle gave them a little bit of confidence because it spiked up and closed above the resistance level. Okay? So they were relieved again. Then the next candle now came in and closed down inside the resistance zone. What is the point I'm trying, what point am I really trying to make here? Okay, the point I'm trying to make here is, if you get into a trade at the wrong spot, you can literally lose your mind along with your nyash trying to keep up. Okay, you would literally run yourself ragged with anxiety if you get into the trade at the wrong spot. Okay, so under no circumstances are any of you supposed to be getting into a trade right here. Okay, price is clearly consolidating right here. There's a lot of indecision. Okay, the buyers and the sellers, they are jostling for power right here. That's what all of this is telling you. Okay, there is no clear movement. We don't know if price is going to continue going up because it hasn't given us any indication. Yes, it spiked up and closed above resistance. That's true. But it also retraced and came back into the zone and closed inside the zone. So right there, we still have our finger on the trigger. We are not pulling. We are not pulling the trigger. Okay, but we have our fingers on the trigger and we are watching. That is the way we are supposed to be looking at this particular point in the trade. Okay, this is how we're supposed to be monitoring this trade. Yes. Okay, one of our conditions have been met. Yes, price broke above resistance, but this is not the time to enter into a trade. When you would enter into a trade is when the price, say for instance, if this candle right here, as it closed above resistance, if the next candle that formed closed above this candle. Okay, are you guys following me? Maybe I need to pull this down so we can see this better. Okay, you see this green candle right here, this bullish candle. As this bullish candle went up and it closed above the resistance zone. Okay, this right here is the resistance zone. Okay, as this bullish candle closes above the resistance zone, if this next candle right here, instead of closing inside of the zone, if this next candle closed, say, somewhere above here, okay, you guys are following so far. If this next candle closed somewhere above here, and then another candle formed, and it closed below, but it was still above this area right here, then and only then is it a good time for you to buy. I think I'm going to have to repeat this. Okay, what I just said right now is very, very important, and it's going to save a lot of you traders a lot of money and heartache. Okay, wait for your confirmations before you enter into the trade. Do not jump the gun. Okay, so let me go over this one more time. Right here, okay, first of all, let's take a few steps back. I'm going to start from the beginning. Okay, this was yesterday during the GBP AUD analysis. I'm going to put the link somewhere in the upper right hand corner, or upper right hand corner of the video. Okay, so you can go back and check it out. During the GBP AUD analysis video, I said, okay, that I was going to get into day 3 of the trading, but there was something that I wanted to see. Okay, at that time, price was hovering around this area right here. Okay, this spike that you see, this bullish spike, happened in the last 3 hours. Actually, the last 4 hours, because we're coming up on the 1 o'clock hour right now. So the last 4 hours. Okay, because again, we're on the 1 hour chart, so each one of these candles represents 1 hour. Okay, so right now we are in the 12 o'clock hour, so this is the 12 o'clock candle. Okay, this would be the 11 a.m. candle. Okay, this would be the 10 a.m. candle. This would be the 9 a.m. candle, the 8 a.m. candle, 7 a.m. candle, 6 a.m. candle. Okay, so this spike right here, this bullish spike right here, happened around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the London session. Okay, but when I was doing the analysis, I did the analysis. It was pre-London. It was pre-London, and I was saying that, look, if price does what I expect it to do, which is hover somewhere up to the resistance area, okay, and start playing around, I'm going to drop everything I'm doing and I'm going to be paying close attention, okay, because depending on certain confirmations, I will know whether it's time to jump in with a buy position or a sell position, okay. And now we have reached that point, okay. Now price action is doing something that allows us, or allows me rather, to be able to thoroughly explain the conditions under which you should get into this trade. Okay, right now is not the right time. Okay, let me repeat that. Right now is not the right time to get into this trade. Okay, yes, because even though price spiked, you saw this bullish spike right here. This was all within 1 hour. This 1 hour candle spiked right here. It broke the resistance. Okay, I can tell you that there were some retail traders that got so excited, excuse me, and jumped into the trade as soon as they saw it entering the resistance zone. They're like, look, I don't want to miss any more of this bullish candle. Let me just get in for the buy right here. That was the wrong move. Because the moment you got into that buy, you might have been in the profits for maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds. And then before you knew it, you started panicking. Okay? Now, here's the thing. The time to get into this trade, the time to get into this trade is when this candle right here, okay? Let's just say that this thing continues to be a bullish trend, which I suspect, okay, like I said earlier in the video, I suspect that price is going to fall back into the range. That's what I suspect, because as you can see, price has been ranging the entire week. The price has been consolidating and it has been in a range the entire week. It made a high yesterday and it made a high the day before. And today it looks like it's going to form a new high. But ultimately, what I suspect is going to happen is that it's going to fall back into the range. Okay? I mean, look what the candles are doing. This one bullish candle here from the 6 o'clock hour broke the resistance. But remember, the criteria is price has to break and close. Price has to break and do what? Close above the resistance level. That's not what happened here. Okay? You see why it's important to wait for the candle to finish forming, okay, and not to jump the gun? Because if you got into this buy right here, as soon as it entered into the resistance zone, you're panicking. You're panicking because that candle closed below the resistance zone. So now you're in a panic. And then maybe the moment, if you're like me and you realize the mistake you made, the moment the next candle formed, you will be looking for ways to jump out of the trade. Even if you make $5, just get out, because you know you got into the trade at the wrong time in the first place. Okay? That was not the time to get into the trade because price did not close above the resistance zone. Okay? Price needs to do what? Price needs to close above the resistance zone. I can't stress this enough. Okay? So then what happened? The next candle now after that becomes a bearish candle and it closes inside of the zone. These are two candles back to back, two bear candles back to back, close inside of the zone. So you can't make any movements yet. Okay? Price is still dancing and hovering around the resistance zone and the resistance area. You can't make a move yet. There has been no clear-cut confirmation of what you need to do. Okay, price is still being indecisive. The buyers and the sellers are still trying to jostle for who would get, who will get the throne, who will get the power. All right, I'm trying to find a colorful way to describe this to make this, stick better. Okay, because you guys really need to get this. Okay, then we have another strong bullish candle, and that strong bullish candle closes above resistance. So now all the buyers are perking up. Okay, should we get into the trade now? No. Okay, this is the official candle that broke and closed above resistance. It is the first candle that has done that. So what do we do? According to the rules, we wait. We wait. Okay, we wait for the next candle. And guess what the next candle does? Okay, as we are getting ready to pull the trigger, we're waiting for the next candle. The next candle forms and is a bearish candle. And it's a bearish candle that breaks below and into the resistance zone. So now our finger is now tapping on the trigger, but we can't pull. We can't pull just yet. Our finger is on the trigger though, but we can't pull. Because you see, price comes into the resistance zone and it closes inside the zone. Okay, now we are currently at the present candle. Okay, this is the 12 noon candle right now, and this 12 noon candle looks like it's also going to close inside of the zone. So let me revisit the question again, the key question for this video, which is when do we actually know when to trade? Or when would be the best time to trade in this instance? Okay, and I'm glad you asked the question. All right, the best time to trade would be under the following conditions. Let's say the 1 o'clock candle. Okay, I think it's safe to assume that the 12 noon candle is going to close inside of this zone. Okay, of course anything can happen. You know, I mean, in the last 2 minutes of this candle could spike through the roof and start heading for the moon. You know, if you've been trading Forex as long as I've been trading Forex, you know that anything is possible. Anything is possible when it comes to the market. Anything can happen. Okay, but right now, based on the way price is moving, I would say that there is a 90% chance that when this candle closes, is going to close inside of the zone. Okay, now when that happens, the next candle forms. Let's just say that candle is a bullish candle. Okay, and it closes above resistance again. Okay, so that candle comes and it closes above. Let's say it closes right there. Okay, the candle closes right there. You still are not ready to get into this trade for a buy. Okay, we still have to wait. Okay, now let's say that the next candle that forms, okay, closes above. Again, maybe it closes right there. Okay, let's say the next candle closes right there. Okay, all right, you guys should forgive my my drawing skills. I'm still trying to get used to trading view. Oh my god, this is just sad. Okay, so but you get the point. The first candle goes up. Let me see if I can make this a little bit thicker so it looks like a candle. Yeah, okay, that looks more like a candle. So the first candle goes up. Okay, the first candle goes up, and then the next candle, you see where that bullish candle closes. All right, let's just say the next candle forms and it closes right there. Okay, just remove this. Okay, so just to backtrack a little bit. Okay, so let's say that this 12 noon candle right now closes inside of the zone. Okay, inside of the resistance zone. And just to clarify, the resistance zone is the point in the market that is between the last bullish candle that formed, okay, and the wicks. Okay, because you see right here, this was the previous high. Okay, the bullish candle formed and it wicked a little bit up there. Okay, then you had your high that broke this high, and that's where it wicked. So your resistance zone covers the space between those two wicks. That's where your zone resides. Okay, everything that you see here is new. So the next resistance zone is probably going to be up somewhere around here. Okay, but I'm going to draw that later on. I'm going to draw that, you know, sometime before the next London session. You have to make sure that you're adjusting your resistance and support levels, okay, because they're going to change slightly. All right, it helps you know precisely when to get into a trade. Okay, it helps. But anyway, I'm probably going to get, in future videos, I'm probably going to get more in depth into how you draw these resistance zones. But for now, I just want you guys to follow. All right. So going back to the example, the bullish candle forms and it closes above the resistance zone. Then the next candle forms and it closes above that candle. Okay. The next candle forms and it closes above that candle. That is when you can now click the buy button. Okay, because this candle right here is now your confirmation. What? Your confirmation candle. Let me change the color to green so we know exactly what we're looking at. Okay, this candle becomes your what? Your confirmation candle. So once this closes, by the way, this has to form and close, and it has to close above this candle. Okay, so let's go over that again. You break and close above the resistance. The next candle that forms has to break and close above the previous candle. Very simple. Okay, or else you do not get into the trade. Okay, now here is another thing. Another scenario that will allow you to get into this trade in a buy. Okay, so you have this candle right here that forms and closes above the resistance. Okay, let's just say you have this other candle that closes. Let's just say you're trying to be extremely careful. Even though this candle closes above, you still want to see maybe one more candle to see how another candle reacts. Okay, and then that next candle shows up and this is what it does. The next candle comes up and it does one of these. Guys, just bear with me. Okay, the next candle forms and it's a bearish candle. But guys, what's the difference between this bearish candle and this bearish candle? Exactly. This bearish candle still closed above the what? It's still closed above the resistance zone. Okay, so if you placed a buy right there, you're still good to go. I'm just giving that a second for that to sink in. Okay, you are still, even though there is a bearish candle, that bearish candle cleared above the resistance zone, so we are still good with a buy. Does everybody get that? Okay, and the same holds true for price falling back into the range. Okay, let's just say that this bearish candle right here comes all the way down. Okay, for those that decided to wait, if you waited, if you hesitated, and even with that second candle you did not place your buy, and the bearish candle comes and it falls all the way down and breaks the resistance level, looks like it closes below the resistance zone right there, then you've missed your moment. Don't get into the trade. Okay, you guys have to be very strict. You have to be very intentional about how you trade these markets. Okay, if you did not get in, if you missed your opportunity to get in right here, and the next candle falls below and closes below the resistance level, then guess what? It's time to wait again. Okay, because now you want to see, okay, what's going on here? Is this a reversal? What's going on? Okay, the people that got into the trade right here, most likely, if they were strict and disciplined, their stop loss is about to be hit. Because the way I would enter this trade is if I entered my trade right there, my stop loss will be below this level right here. It will be just under the resistance zone. So if price took a sharp turn and reversed on me, yes, it would hit my stop loss. But that would be like what? Like a 5 pip to 10 pip loss, that's not significant. Okay, I can take that 10 pip loss with a smile. Okay, knowing that I came in and I followed my rules, I followed my game plan, I maintained my discipline, I maintained my commitment to my trading plan. I would take that stop loss with a smile. Okay, I would take price hitting my stop loss with a smile. All right, now the people that are down here will definitely, the people that are waiting, excuse me, will definitely have to now wait for that next candle to form. And if that next candle forms below this candle and closes below this candle, then yes, now you can get in. Okay, you can get in for your sell, and then place your what? Place your stop loss slightly above right here. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, I'm probably going to have a part 2 to this video, but I just wanted to kind of go over when you get into a trade, when it's good to get into a trade, because I'm seeing that as a question that comes up a lot. You know, I get asked a lot, hey Sunday, when price breaks above the resistance, when exactly and or where exactly do you get into these trades? So I hope I explained this, you know, thoroughly enough. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments. You know, I can address that in the next video. I have done the best I can for now in this part 1 version to break down when exactly you get into a trade after it has broken a key level. Okay, after it has broken and closed, broken and closed above a key level. Very important. Price needs to break and close above a key level. Okay, so right now as it stands, the way the price looks right now, if you entered this trade for any reason, I just want you to know that you are gambling. Okay, if for any reason you are in a buy or a sell right now, you are basically gambling. Okay, because you don't know what price is getting ready to do. This candle right here can definitely close inside of the zone, or it can close below the zone. Okay, we've got, well, most likely it's going to close inside the zone. We've only got 3 minutes left, you know, in this candle right here. Okay, so it's going to close probably inside the zone or slightly outside of it. You don't know. Okay, you still have to wait for the next candle to see what's going to happen, and probably the candle after that before you make a move. All right, so right now is not the time to get into a trade. Okay, so even though I wanted to get into a trade, I definitely wanted to get into a trade so that I can continue with day 3 of the $3,000 to $100,000 challenge. I was definitely looking forward to getting into a trade today, but today does not look like a favorable setup for me. Okay, so I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off until the London session and see what happens. But you know, this is Thursday. This is usually my last trading day of the week. You know, I really have to see something compelling in the Asian and London sessions for me to get in. Okay, so this is likely going to be, you know, if price doesn't do what I expect it to do within the next hour or two, you know, I'm pretty much done for the week. You know, but this week I made over $1,000, so this is a profitable week. You know, I'm satisfied with that. Okay, but I am not going to make a move any sooner than I have to. Okay, I have to make sure that the setups are forming the way I would like to see them form before I jump into a trade. That's just the way I trade. You have to be a disciplined trader. Okay, that is how you become successful. You don't just jump in, oh my God, you know, because of FOMO or whatever your reasons might be. That's not how you play these markets. Okay, so a quick recap: you can't get into this position right now. Okay, you can't get into a buy position. You can't get into a sell position right now. The way price action looks, this would be the worst time to get in. Okay, and I have explained when the best time is, or the scenario by which you can get in. Okay, I've gone over that. Okay, if that did not sink in, please rewind this video. Okay, go back and play this video over and over again, as many times as you need to play it before, so that this thing can sink in. Okay, go back, play this video numerous times, it's fine. Okay, but make sure you get the concept. You see what I said? You see what I said? This candle has closed. We are now officially at the 1 o'clock candle. Okay, look at that. The candle closed right there within the zone. Okay, so right now, if you're in this, you are basically being taken for a ride. You are being taken for a ride. Okay, you are in drawdown, and you're seeing your drawdown, fluctuate between 100 and 200, 300 and 400, 400 and 450, 175. That's what you've been doing for the past 3 hours. Okay, because you got into a position that you had no business getting into. Okay, so please, okay, wait for your confirmation before you get in. Wait for your confirmation before you get in. Okay, wait for your confirmation before you get in. And the confirmation is this. Okay, price needs to close above the resistance zone. Okay, it needs to close above the resistance zone, and then the subsequent candles after that have to close above that candle. Okay, and even if a candle goes bearish, that bearish candle still needs to close above the resistance zone. Then you have your confirmation that, okay, now it's time to enter the trade. Okay, all right, I think I've beat this one to death. That's all I have for you guys. Listen, if you don't hear from me in the London session, I just want to wish you guys a happy weekend, happy trading. Okay, if you enjoy this content, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, so every time I post these videos, you can be notified and alerted about it. It supports the channel, and it supports me. It allows me to continue to provide this value to you. All right, guys, we'll talk later.